customers' consent, or in another words, PDPA, Personal Data Protection Act 2010. It spells out that under the general principle, when we meet the customers to get their personal data, we must get the consent from them, otherwise you cannot proceed further. If 3 months down the road, same customer is to buy another product from the agent, a fresh consent is required for the same customers to release his or her personal information to the agent to proceed further. And do not induce customer to purchase or renew insurance product by misrepresentation or use any sales brochure or illustration that are not authorized by GEGM, because it is actually against the law of codes of ethic. For example, you tell the customer to buy the product by today, and if you are not buying today, the premium will be much expensive tomorrow. So you induce the customer to purchase thing by not actually telling the truth. And at the same time, we are also not allowed to exert undue influence or attract customers to purchase insurance product or in demanding insurance premium. For example, let's say if you're already proposing a product to the customer and give them few days to decide, I think it's quite fair, but however, we cannot be seen very aggressively to chase the customer day and night to close the deal. If they find it threatening, they will complain to the Bank Negara, and Bank Negara will come back to the insurance company and there will be disciplinary action taken. So bear in mind, please do not do this. And by this, I have completed the reminder of market conduct essentials for intermediaries, which is very important for agent to take note. And the next thing to highlight is also something very important, which is the know your customers. We have posted a circular, a reminder to say that you must observe your customers' requirement prior to policy insurance. In another word, it linked back to the reminder of market insurance product essentials that you must be honest when dealing with the customer. And not only that, we have to ensure that the customer's information is accurate, verified, and correctly submitted prior to any policy insurance. Inaccuracy info provided when claims arise could be complicated and cause delay. So kindly take note for these important reminders. And lastly, a reminder to intermediaries who have not submit your TIN number yet, kindly submit it as soon as possible. Without TIN number, GEGM won't be able to create self-billing and generate commission for the agents. And for corporate clients, please provide us the TIN number as failing to provide. We won't be able to generate e-invoicing for corporate clients if they want for income tax purposes. So that's it for the reminders. And without further delay, I will pass the floor to Ms. Kibi. Sorry, wait, yeah. Yeah, let me. Some issue. Can you try to share the both because I think mine is working. Oh, wait. I need to pass you the presenter role first. Yeah. Oh, I have passed you the role. Can you try to share again?
come up with another 3 segment bundles for SME segment. So before I actually go into the training, I would also like to introduce my colleague, Mr. Ian Liao Lian. He is actually one of the key person that work on the segment bundling for GGM. He has helped me to actually come up with the bundling to target some of the micro SME segments. Now, today, before I go into the training, today we actually has go into the market to purchase something or need some services. So any one of us will actually meet up with some of the business owners of all these businesses. So what GGM would like to do is that we have identify some of the segments under all these business owners, and we wanted to target them. If you remember, I think from November, we also do a certain launch on one of the segments first. We pilot the segments. So if you look at the screen now, is that we actually look into the micro SME segments of these business owners. We know that in the market, we have over 1 million SME owners. And we actually wanted to look into like what are the targeted ones. The market, I think for other insurers, they will actually look for, come up with fire packages, very broad. They target every occupation class of the business, right? So for GGM, we will slowly roll out more and more segmented packages or bundles for targeted segment. So if you look at the screen, we have the services here. Most of the time, all the micro ones will fall under the services. So for this classification, you can find it in our the registration of the businesses company. So then here we have 84.4% of those that fall under this segment. And in this segment, there are many type of trade codes, right? We wanted to actually look into education, beauty, food and beverage, and retail, because we do see that see this kind of segment everywhere in town. So we had launched education in December, and here we are today. We are launching for the beauty segment, the food and beverage segment, as well as retail. So you may ask, what are these? Beauty segment definitely are those salons, you know, the hair, when you actually do your hair appointments, right until like facial, many pedicures, those are the beauty segments. Then you also have the food and beverage. These are all those places where they serve food, like cafes, food trucks, kopitiam even, food stalls. We are going to target this segment. And you may ask, what is retail? Retail is actually all those merchandise kind of sellers. So you can see that some of the sellers put up booths at one of the bazaar, and then they're selling maybe pet food. These are what we call retail. So some of them are selling merchandise, some of them are selling pet foods, some of them are selling accessories. For ladies, it will be clothing. This will fall under retail. So very simple. We come up with this segment. Do wait for us. We still have more segments to roll out. Today, we will bring you through what beauty, food, beverage, and retail all about. So who are we targeting here? If you can see here, beauty, F&B, and retail. So all this picture, you can see that these are the business owners. You can see beauty. This is a facial one. And then the second one, they actually do mani-pedi. And the third one is hair salon, right? It's easy to target these customers. Then the second one, F&B, so food trucks. Oh, look at this. This is mala. right? Or hot pot. So these are the eateries out there. We do note that this kind of segments also a lot of them doesn't have insurance, yeah. So then the third one, you can see the picture are meat cafes. Then the third one is the retail. You can see that some of them are merchandise sales. And then Pasar Malam also can, right? So food bazaar, now is Ramadan month. We do have all these food bazaar stalls. We can cover this, right? So food bazaar is under F&B lah. So some of bazaar also will sell merchandise, right? They sell your clothes, all your household items. I do see somebody selling plants, right, in all these bazaars. Then the next one will be maybe shops that is selling items, household items. Some of them will sell gadgets, right? So these are the business owners that we are targeting. So we also know that these business owners, although they are very small, but we don't oversee what they need, they also face a little bit of key risks when they operate their businesses. So if you look at a day in a business owner, they actually face quite a number of things, right? One of the key things, if you look at this, is injury to a person, mirror breaking, food poisoning, employee retention problem, flood, fire. So these are very common problems that you can see business owner will face. So what are we going to do with this risk that we have? So we offer bundle insurance solution. So what's so good about these bundle insurance solutions? We actually come up with a very simple plan. We bundle certain insurance for this business owner. So you may ask, why do we want to bundle when you just have to sell one product? So we also know that some of the businesses, they buy policies one by one, right? They say that, oh, I'm facing a fire situation, then they buy a fire policy. Then, oh, I'm facing liabilities issue, then buy another policy on liability. Then I'm facing theft, I buy another policy on theft. So what we do now is that we bundle them based on the segment's risk, right? What risk do they face? Then we will bundle. So no need to think about it. You just buy our bundles. It's all cover 360, cover all your risks in the businesses for this segment. So we also wanted to open this opportunity for agents to cross-sell to this business owner. So some of the things that we always think that business owner, you cover their businesses. You can also cover their personal needs. What's the personal needs? Maybe they need travel insurance. So you sell them bundle insurance for their businesses. You can also top up with selling them motor insurance, travel insurance. All this, it opens up the gateway for all the agents. So what we need to do is that today I go to Kopitiam, I sit down, have a coffee, then talk to the business owner. Hey, do you have insurance? Oh, don't have? We do have a perfect solution for you, and we offer bundle insurance, right? Then, hey, do you travel? If you travel, do you have insurance? We can also do a subsequent upselling program to say that, oh, you have business insurance with me. Why don't you work with me? I'll cover your motor insurance as well. I'll cover your travel insurance. I'll cover your personal insurance, medical health insurance. So for live agents who join this session, this is also an opportunity for you to cross-sell our sister company life insurance product to these business owners. Maybe you can curate a key man insurance to the business owner also, right? So this is why we wanted to bundle the insurance. And the third one, we have arranged with our internal colleagues to make sure that we put these bundles priority, right? So if let's say that you sign up this one for the business owner, for your client, we will make sure that it is express link to issue the policy. So you get the top priority to issue the policy. So if you today you talk to a marketer, When you said that you wanted a quotation, they'll take another 1 or 2 days to do the quotation, right? Then another 2 to 3 days to fill in the form. Another 2, 3 days to actually get our internal colleagues to issue a policy for you. So for this bundle, what we need you to do is very simple. Later we'll go through with you what's the simple express policy issuance for all our esteemed agents. Okay, so now these three bundles, as what I've said, what are the key highlights for these bundles? For Great Beauty Care, if you look at the key highlights in our brochure, these are our brochures, yeah. You can download it in G-Link. In the brochure, we already put in what are the key highlights for each of the bundles. So for Beauty Care, our key bundles are content and equipment all risks. We also want to stress that most of the beauty care owners actually meet a lot of risk about business not be able to operate. So inconvenient allowance is one of the key. And then we also think that beauty care, most of the time, I think 99% will be a lady owner. So we bundle in a lady entrepreneur protection. For Foodbiz, the key highlight is that it's also tailored for food trucks. Although most of us will think that food truck, is covered under the motor policy, but they don't cover the equipment. So we think that this bundle will be perfect for them to also insure their businesses, right? Then also, the key highlight is the food spoilage due to covered events. So for this, we think that a lot of business owners do not know that sometimes when they actually have food spoilage because of, let's say, a fire actually happened in one of the section that spoiled the fridge, and then suddenly because of the fire spoiled the fridge and then the food spoiled. We do want to cover this kind of events for the food and business F&B sectors. And also, there is an option to cover their staff. So later we'll go through what all these are. And then for Great Retail Care, we think that they need PEP, and PEP is one of the key things for retail care. And then also inconvenience allowance as well as employee coverage. So these are the key things that we think that will bring a pain point from the business owners to really think about how insurance are very important to them, right? So the next one, let's go into the details. This one will be a summary of what are the bundles. So when I say bundles, mean that there are a few coverages that we bundle in. So we have already launched EduCare. For those who have attended the EduCare training session last year, right? So you may know that we do bundle our EasyBiz Premier with all risk policy, which is a first loss basis, as well as the most important for EduCare is comprehensive general liability. And when we actually roll out the education plan, we do get feedback from the agents that the building cover for EduCare is insufficient, and they really wanted to have more coverage on the building. So we take the comments very seriously, and we also offer now we also offer optional add-on for building, because previously we only offer top up for all risk as well as comprehensive general liability. If you download the latest documents, you also have an option to top up for building or renovation for education. This is very new. Do look out for it. Download the new brochure, the new application form for EduCare. And so now we are rolling out Great Beauty Care. So Beauty Care, we also have one of the main coverage is EasyBiz Premier. So inside EasyBiz Premier, we do want to cover their renovation. So it's a little bit different from Educare because Educare actually cover building as well as renovation. For Great Beauty Care, we actually wanted to cover renovation because we do see that most of the business owner will rent from the landlord, right? But they rent the building from the landlord, but they will need to do renovations. They need to install maybe some shelves or some equipment inside their shops. So if you look at the differences between Educare as well as beauty care, we do focus more on renovation, right, and content, right? Then we bundle in Lady Protector for beauty care. This is what we call a key lady insurance for the business owner. So key lady, if you are very familiar with key man, when actually somebody owns a business, there will be a key person. If you feel that the owner is very important, most of the company will buy MRTA, which is mortgage term reducing assurance from the life insurance to cover the key man, right? So for us, but for MRTA, it's very, very expensive, right? So one policy can cost you on a single premium, depending on the businesses of the size of the business, it could go up to 10,000 to 50,000 of the MRTA. So for us, because beauty care is a micro business, we will bundle in Lady Protector to cover the lady owner, right? So some of you may ask me, so if let's say I do not have a lady owner, then how? I would say that they can cover one of the key staff. So for beauty care, if you look at the beauty businesses, they do have very skilled staff, right? They do facial, these are skilled staff. They can also cover the skilled staff that they want. So we bundle it in. So for hairdresser also, they may have one of the key staff that everybody wants this fella to do the hair. Right, so the business owner will view it as this is a very key staff. I want to cover as a key person in my business. You can put the insured as the key staff of the business. Now, we also want to offer an optional add-on. So planned ones, of course, we have fixed ones, right? So now we also offer some top-up for the building. And if the business owner wants to cover all their staff, they can do the group PA. So why we actually do it as an optional for beauty care is because we see that most of the beauty care segment is maybe one owner and one staff, right? Or one owner with two staff, right? For facial, small little businesses. But if let's say that their business is very big, they actually have a lot of staff that help them with the business. You can actually offer the group PA to their staff as employee benefit, right? So today, a lot of micro businesses, they have issues retaining their staff with us. We can offer group PA for their staff. Okay. So the third one is actually retail care. So retail care, same thing, EasyBiz Premier. We cover the rental, right? Also theft, plate glass, money in transit, inconvenience allowance. So these are very standard ones for all three segments. We bundle in group PA for this segment. So the reason being is that the retail care is that we do note that they are sellers that manage the store for them, right? For retail care, we will also offer a top-up option for the business owner. It will be on building, and then also if let's say the bundle is only up to 5 employees and think that not enough, I need more, you can top up to 10 employees. Okay, so the next one is actually one of the biggest segment in the industry, which is food F&B. Same thing, we will bundle in group PA. We also think that on certain plans that we will offer. Okay, so for later we'll go into the detail. Not all the plans that we standardize has group PA bundles. If they need to, they can choose some of the plans that without group PA. Okay. Let's go into the details of the plans. So this is the beauty care. If you can see a little bit small, but we can say that you can find all this detail in the brochure. So the first section is that. Okay, so the first section you can see here is the EasyBiz Premier plan. We have standard 3 plans for you to talk to your business owner, talk to your customers. So we cover property always is basically our EasyBiz Premier, easy to choose from, because these are small micro businesses. You can just explain to a customer based on the size of their business, right? So we have basic, standard, and superior, right? So it covers renovation. It covers also theft up to a certain limit, if you can see from the screen. It also covers plate glass, covers money in transit and money in premises. So if you look at business packages in the market, for example, Berjaya Songpo, they also just launched small packages once. They do cover similarly on this, right? So for us, we will also cover employee liability, public liability, fidelity guarantee for beauty care, right? And then inconvenience allowance as well. In the market, other company will call it business interruption, which is quite complicated to explain to the customer. For us, we just call it inconvenience allowance. This one is all of these are under the EasyBiz Premier. What we do here, we provide a brochure that is explain easily what all this coverage is all about. So micro businesses, I always think that they do not know all this jargon about insurance, right? What is inconvenience allowance? What is fidelity guarantee? So in our brochure, we actually make it very easy to understand. We do have a benefit description here for you to let the customer see what this coverage is all about. So all this narrative here that we put inside the brochure is to ease how you explain to your business owners. Then one of the special thing about this bundle is Lady Protector. So Lady Protector, if you look at it, we do have many plans. We do have many plans, but we bundle in the small little ones, the lowest plan for this business owner. But they can also top up with other plans if they want to, right? They can actually buy but for us, for ease of selling, we will bundle the smallest plan here in this bundle, right? So we also put in all the basic premium, stamp duty, government tax. So if you look at this one, the stamp duty is 20 ringgit is because we bundle in Lady Protector. So in the case that the customer thinks that the renovation is actually not enough, the renovation package is not enough, then they can opt to top up for renovation and furniture here. They can top up for furniture. We allow for this bundle, no underwriting, we allow to top up to 600K, including the beds, right? So for example, if you, let's say that you choose basic plan of 25K, and the business owner say, hey, what lah, I actually need more. Okay, then you offer 100K. But then what lah, not enough. Then what do? You go and offer the top up for renovation here. So the pricing here is very easy to refer to. We also have a calculator, don't worry. The calculator is very easy to use, but this is in a nutshell, easy for you to talk to the business owner. So now we also have an optional option for you to talk to the business owner to offer the Blue PA here. So Blue PA, very standard. So we cover accidental death and permanent disability of 30,000. Medical due to accident, 1,000 per event. So it covers up to 5 employees, it will be 150 ringgit. And if it covers up to 10 employees, it will be 250 ringgit. So these are the fine lines here. When you have time, download a copy take a read, and if you don't understand, come back to us. We will be able to explain to you. Also, you can talk to your marketeers if let's say you need more information, right? So now this is actually our Lady Protector plan. For those agents who have sold Lady Protector before, this is very, very familiar, right? So it covers quite, to me, I love this product because it really hits me on what to cover, right? So we do cover cosmetic surgery and dental treatment in case of an accident. We cover death due to childbirth and pregnancy, which a lot of life insurance policy doesn't cover. We also cover HIV/AIDS infection. We cover, so if let's say the customer who bought this policy, subject to a minimum number of days, enforced days, if let's say afterwards they actually have pregnancy and has twins, we do give a twin prosperity bonus for this product, right? We also cover sexual harassment, snatch theft. So why we actually wanted to bundle this is that we do know that our customers, our business owners, they all think about the business only, right? They don't think about themselves. So this is a perfect bundle for the beauty care, right? So beauty care, this is the plan that we have. When you have time, go into our GG link, download the document, and take a read, and see if let's say that you do go to your hair salon, do have a conversation with them. Mr. My beloved hairdresser, do you cover your business? We have a very good bundle product for you, easy to sign up. Please sign up our product. So this is where we want to go. Okay, so next one, let's go into food biz care. So food biz care, we bundle with Group PA. So if you look at this, these are renovation from property always up until inconvenience allowance. Is actually from our EasyBiz Premier. The only difference between beauty care and this is that food stall here is one of the key things. Food stall. So we actually segregate it in between basic, superior, and food stall, food truck. Oh, there's a question. How about if a beauty shop owner is a male in business FFM registered? For this question, you can offer it to your staff for the Lady Protector. The key stuff that the beauty shop has. So if let's say the beauty shop also doesn't have female, then they can offer it to their next of kin also. If they have a wife or daughter, they can also do it for their wife and daughter. Okay. Okay. Oh, we do have one question here to talk about EduCare. Okay, Ken, I will let Ian recap the EduCare for you. For now, let's go into retail care first. Okay. So retail care, just now we talked about beauty care, right? Now, beauty care, for this, the property always as well until inconvenience allowance is the same with beauty care. The only differences is how we actually put in the amount, of coverage here on top, and then whether some of them will have inconvenience allowance. So the reason why we wanted to do this is that inconvenience allowance is a little bit more expensive. So we wanted to make sure that if let's say the business owner is very small, the food stall, like the cafes are very small, and they think that, I don't need inconvenience allowance, then they can book for basic. And if the cafe would want the inconvenience allowance, then look for superior. So the basic and superior, most of the time we will say that it's for cafes. Then the third one will be for food stall and food trucks. So why we actually do this is that for food trucks, the structure of the businesses will be covered under my covered under the motor insurance, right? So if I said today I have a food truck, my body of my food truck is actually a motor insurance, right? So for renovation, we will cover a minimum, which is only 20,000. And then for food stall, there's no brakes and motor, right? There's no brakes. So we feel that maybe for food stall, they only have their stalls to decorate. We will only cover the stall, which for cafes, you will have at least have some renovations when you build up your businesses. That's why the renovation and furniture limit is a little higher than food stall and food trucks. So the idea is that it's easy for you to talk to different kind of F&B businesses, right? So now if you look at the bottom here, we bundle it with Group PA, right? This is Group PA. So the same thing, we cover accidental PA, permanent disability, up to 30,000 per employee. Medical due to accident, 1,000 per event, and it covers up to 5 employees, right? Then, yeah. So for food stall, we feel that they do not need the bundle. Because for food stall, normally it's a one fella managing. Food truck, also 1 or 2, right? So we feel that a Group PA is not applicable to food stall as well as food truck, right? But okay, so now this is how we actually bundle this. It's because easy to sign up. So you can see we also offer optional add-on here, right? So you top up for furniture if they think that it's not enough. We also allow top up for food truck and food stall. Okay, the reason why the pricing is different because it's different trade code. Construction class and trade code. Oh, sorry, construction class. My colleague just mentioned this. Then also we allow top up for Group PA up to 10 employees. So we do see that some restaurants, some cafe or restaurant, the size varies very much. So if let's say cafe, some of them also will have maybe 1 employee at the cashier, 2 employees serving the customers, and then 1 barista, and that's it. But some of them actually cooks, right? They do have a kitchen. Then they will need more employees in the shop. Question. How about if a beauty shop owner is a male? How about the building class? Okay, so the construction class for basic and superior is 1A, and for food stall is 2. Well, that's why we actually price properly here, right? So don't need to worry about construction class or trade class, trade code. We make it very simple. Our underwriters agree to actually give this pricing for food stall as well as food truck. So for you, you don't need to actually worry about construction class or trade code. Our application form will predefine all this item in our application form. Okay. Now this is actually food biz care. The next one is retail care. Yang you go to a bazaar, what do they sell? If the stall doesn't have any cooking, there's no stove or whatsoever. If they only sell packaged food, then it falls under retail, right? Unless the stall actually they're frying something, then it falls under F&B. That's the only difference, right? Then if you look at the stalls, they actually sell merchandise, food packaging, packages like milk powder. All this will fall under the retail section here. The coverage is similar to food biz. The only thing is different is how we actually cover bundle in the Group PA. Why we only bundle Group PA for superior? The reason is because for retail care, you don't need to cook, you don't need a chef, you don't need a lot of staff to manage the merchandise, the items that you're selling. Most of them is less than 5 employees. right? Some of them doesn't even have like, they're only themselves, right? Then maybe you should offer basic or standard, which do not have a group PA. If the business owner has employees, then maybe offer superior. Okay, also because of the renovation that they had. So for retail, some of them are stores, some of them are uh, in shops. So in shops, most of the time you will want to offer superior, because in shops, that means that their business will need more staff to manage the store, because the shop, because they have more people coming into the shop are bigger, theft cases is very high, so they should get a superior for shops. So shops, what do you think about shops? It's actually clothing shops, gadget shops, right? All this, you can see all the gadget shops out there when you walk around the places. We do have a lot of shops that selling a lot of Chinese merchandise nowadays. Then they should take up superior plan. Okay, for the rest, which is very small ones, then basic and standard will be very suitable for this business owners. Similarly, we also offer optional add-on. Do take a look how these are given, how this can be offered. The rates here are very different from each of the segment because of the trade codes. Okay, so these are predefined trade codes and predefined construction class, right? You don't need to worry about it. You just have to identify the business owner, you give them this brochure and offer the plan. That's all you need to do. That's the beauty of the segmented products here. Okay, so these are the construction class differences that I think I have a question earlier. So class 1A, you have bricks and all. Class 2 is that put mostly on stalls. There will be construction too. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this one looks very small. We just wanted to put this in so that you can compare for each of the segments. This is mainly for your understanding the differences between the segments, how we actually bundle the products. So you can see here is Educare at the top there. You can see trade code is one, and then which construction class, right? So don't need to worry, it's already predefined in all this plan. You don't need to worry about that. It's the only thing because we think the Educare definitely is in the facility. Okay. So what's the Educare all about? So Educare is very, very, very special because we feel that the education center, they have children studying in their facility, right? So what are education center? These are mainly nurseries, tuition classes, music classes, or I don't know, tuition center. Maybe some children actually go to swimming classes. You know, all these are Educare kind of segment that we're talking about. It's very, very special. It's very, very different from the three other segments. It's because of the, if you look at the content at the bottom here, the content here, this is very special. So for content, always this is on first loss basis. Okay, so we offer first loss is because children are very delicate, and we do not want the business owner to really think to have a lot of worries. So only for Educare we offer first loss basis. Why we don't offer it for the rest of the businesses is because for Educare, the content is mainly electronics and IT devices. So they have the learning center, definitely their PCs. They may have some iPads or whatsoever. We offer first loss basis content for the education center. So you just have to imagine why we actually want to offer this is because education center, they has a lot of laptops and all, right? It's very important for this segment. And it's on first loss basis, so it's very good for the education center. This is one of the key highlights for education, this plan here. Then we also offer comprehensive general liability. So you can see that general liability, what's the difference between the public liability or comprehensive general liability? Okay, so for this Educare, we don't offer the public liability under the EasyBiz Premier. We offer it under comprehensive general liability. Why we want to do so is that for public liability is within the facility only cover. So if something happened outside of the facility, it doesn't cover. But for comprehensive general liability, we feel that if let's say the student transporting by a transporter from home to the education center, it won't cover under the public liability. So we offer comprehensive general liability to make sure that even a journey from their home to the tuition center, the students are covered. Okay, so we also cover about how many kilometers from the facilities? 100. Okay, there is a certain area, if let's say a student finishes classes, they will loiter around outside, not say loiter, like lepak outside of the facility, right, after class. So then they play, suddenly, oh, I actually have an accident. If it's public liability, it doesn't cover because outside of the facility, right? So now we cover for, I think, up to a certain kilometer from the facility under the comprehensive general liability. So this is the beauty of, I love this Educare. This Educare is a one-stop business coverage for all the education out there. So this is a recap of Educare. So now this is actually a very big table here. It's just for you to compare from segment to segment what we bundle in and what are the premium prices. Okay. Okay, so we also put in some of the notes here. What are the differences, right? These are the key terms and conditions of all the segments. So you see here is that they ask one for FFP, one for CAE, one for LCG, one for PLP, one for PAG. It looks a lot, but it's in our PDS. So as long as you explain through the PDS all the key terms and conditions is well explained to the customers. So I urge you to go back and maybe download a copy of the PDS and read it through what are the key terms and conditions. Oh, virtual training. Yes, I wanted to do a virtual training. But we can actually arrange for one. I will talk to you are from JB, I think. So maybe I talk to Eileen for Eileen to actually arrange for one. For Educare extend to student PA, coverage per head is 30,000 per student. Student PA is mainly more for schools. For this one is actually a comprehensive, you know, the CGL that we're talking about. So 30,000 per student. Apa tu? Wait, So for CGL, we cover to, if you look at here, is 20,000 for CGL and 50,000 for superior. Okay. For those who would like to have physical training, do talk to your marketer and see if they can arrange for one face-to-face training for you. I think all the branches will be arranging soon. I also believe in physical training to be more interactive, to be able to do how to do polling in iPad. Polling.
Later I'll explain again. Yeah, at the.
Okay. Okay, maybe I'll take question at the end of the training so that the rest can also learn this segment. So okay, so for this one is the key terms and condition just now. Okay, don't worry, you just have to read through the PDS. The PDS is by the segment, right? So you just have to read through the PDS for the key terms and conditions. If you have any question, you can approach your marketeer. I've already trained them to be able to take some of the questions. If not, they will come to me. I can also address some of the questions. Okay. Okay, I have Ian here to cover some of the claim scenario. He has prepared some of the claim scenario to well prepare you guys. It's very interesting. Do take a few minutes to listen to the claim scenario of all the three segments.
Good morning, everyone. Ian here. I'm the SME champion from GEGM. So I'll just go through some of the claim scenario. I'll prefer this session to be a bit more interactive. So if you have like you know the answer, then just type it inside the group chat. Okay, in this first situation, this is a real life case that happened. Basically, what happened was that there was a fire that started at night, and it actually destroyed the unisex salon in Bukit Matadam. So would this situation be covered? The answer is yes, but it's going to be insured based on a full value basis. So if there is any instance of underinsurance, average cost will apply. And this is the reason why we allow for the optional add-on for the EasyBiz Premier, as you can see from the brochure, up to a limit of 600,000, including the base. Okay, next, in this situation whereby what happened was a hair salon, they did the treatment, and then it caused damage to the customer's hair. So would this be covered? For this one, the answer is actually no. I'll need to change the training that, but the answer is actually no, because we do not cover for instances where treatment is provided, then there is any damage or any negligence in terms of treatment being provided. Okay, next, F&B claim scenario. Are these situations covered? So this is a situation that's happened a couple of times before, whereby like in this article you can see that this person driving a car actually crashed into an F&B establishment. So would this be covered under our policy? So the answer is no for this particular situation, but it's possible to claim from the motor third-party liability policy. In this situation, I think this was a case that went viral a couple of years ago. Basically, what happened was that employees of a banana leaf rice restaurant were caught on camera washing dishes by a drain. So this caused a lot of reputational damage for the business. So will this be covered under our policy? Answer is no. Unless there is food poisoning, we do not cover for reputational damage. Okay, this is a situation whereby a family actually went to a steamboat restaurant for dinner. And then while they were at the steamboat restaurant, the gas stove spontaneously exploded, causing injury to this family. Very sad because this happened during Ramadan, and when they were during the Buka Puasa in 2024. So would this situation be covered under our policy? The answer is yes, it will be covered under the public liability claim, provided that there is fault by the F&B restaurant. But I think it's important to note that the restaurant cannot admit liability at the onset of this claim. So they will have to file a claim with the company with a Creation General, and then we will process everything. We'll take it from, we'll handle the whole process. Okay, next, basically what happened was there was a death after this person ate a sandwich at an R&R. So will this be covered under our policy? The answer is yes, but we'll need to prove that the food poisoning was actually caused by the stall that is being insured. Okay, this is another truck explosion situation whereby this lady was at a food truck, and then unfortunately this food truck exploded, causing injury to her. This is not an employee, this is actually like just a customer of this food truck. So in this scenario, will this be covered? The answer is yes, it will be covered under the public liability claim. Okay, next we go through some of the retail claim scenario. So this is something that happens quite commonly, whereby robbery and then like robbery in a shop. So will this particular situation be covered? Yes, it will be covered up to 2,500 ringgit, but police report will be needed. Okay, this is just a pop quiz. One this session could be a bit more interactive, so do type into the chat if let's say you have the answer. Yeah, Mr. Tan. Yeah, I agree with you. Our customer service staff will need to be well versed with the products in case the agents are unable to reach out to the marketer team. Okay, sorry, going back to this one. So in this situation, this is for the beauty segment. So what happened is a lightning strike causes a fire. So because of this lightning strike, the smoke and sprinkler actually activated, and then it ruined the chairs, the mirrors, and the retail stock. So would this particular situation be covered? Yes, the answer is yes. It is going to be covered, but it's based on the full value basis. Oh, how to? Yeah. Okay. So for Sun, how do we need to prove for food poisoning? So like what I said before, the agent sorry, not the agent. The business will need to file for liability claim from our website, and then you go through e-merriment, and then from this claim, then it'll be the companies who will do the investigation and do all the proving. So I think the most important thing to note for liability claim is that you cannot admit liability. The business cannot admit liability. So you'll just be filing a claim to the company and then letting GM handle the claim for liability. Hope that answers the question. Going back to the pop quiz. So in the next situation, there was a burglary that happened overnight whereby styling tools and premium hair care was stolen. However, in this situation, there was no forced entry. So would this particular situation be covered? Anyone have any answers? I think the keyword here is that there is no forced entry. So for the burglary benefit, there needs to be accompanied with actual visible and violent breaking into the premise. So it's not covered. So in this situation, the plate glass in the storefront shattered during a mall incident. Basically, there was an evacuation because of a fire scare, and then people running around, and then they accidentally broke one of the glass. So this will be under which benefit? Just give you a clue. This benefit covers up to 10,000 ringgit per incident. Yes, you're correct. It's under plate glass benefit. So in this situation, next situation, cash is stolen while staff transports the days taking to the bank. So what happened is they actually got robbed while they were 2 blocks away from the salon on the way to the bank, and then their cash bag was stolen. So this is under the money in transit policy, but will this situation be covered? The answer is yes, this will be covered, but it's up to 2,500 ringgit per incident, and a police report will be required. Okay, next, customer slips on wet floor after a hair wash. So what happened was the customer actually fractured their elbow, and then X-ray and physio is required. So what benefit will this be under? Yes, it's under the public liability policy. Okay, a different situation, an allergic reaction to skin following injection. So staff performs injection to client, resulting in an allergic reaction that requires hospitalization. Will this particular situation be covered? Yep, the answer is no, because it is arising from an injectable, static, or open surgery, which is not covered. Okay, next we move on to F&B claim scenarios. So the first one. Okay, so for our policies over here, we set it at a public liability at 100,000 ringgit per event. So this one is not 1 million, it's actually 100,000 ringgit per event. Hope that answers your question. Okay, so going back to the F&B pop quiz. So in this scenario, there's a kitchen fire from the stove on the fryer, and it destroyed the equipment and fitting. So basically, the oil in the deep fryer overheat, it catches fire, it spreads all around the kitchen, and then the fitting, the renovation, and the equipment is severely damaged. So what benefit is this under?
Yeah. Yes. Later on.
Yeah, we'll share the slides after this training. Okay, so for this, yes, this will be under the all risk benefit, but like what we have stressed before, this will be covered on a full value basis. That's why it's very, very, very important to ensure there's no underinsurance, and that's why we allow for the top up of the whole risk sum insured. Okay, next, basically what happens is that a gas cylinder leak causes a small explosion. So a loose regulator valve results in a flash explosion during a cooking prep. Staff suffers minor burns, and then there's the window and kitchen fixtures are damaged. So would this be covered under property all risk? Yes, it is under property all risk, it is covered, but for employee liability, that will be claimed also. Okay, next. So multiple customers claim food poisoning after a meal. And then after that, they did investigation, and it was found that the cause of this was actually because of improper food storage due to a chiller malfunction. So would this particular scenario be covered? The answer is yes, under public liability benefit. Okay, next. A chiller breakdown leads to stock spoilage. So a walk-in chiller compressor fails overnight, and then the seafood, dairy, and beverage turns bad. Would this particular event be covered? Okay, the answer is no, because a chiller breakdown is actually not a covered event. But if we were to flip it around, so a chiller breakdown due to loss of power following a lightning strike. So there was a big storm. The lightning actually struck the restaurant circuit box, and it caused a power outage. And because of this loss of power, the chiller shut down, and then the food became spoiled. So will this situation be covered? The answer is yes. As what I mentioned before, lightning strike is a covered event, so this will be covered. Okay, next, this was an interesting situation. So delivery mishandling leads to a customer injury. So a food delivery rider actually spills hot soup onto the customer. So will this be covered? Do note that this is not a Grab driver or anything like that. This is like think of it like Domino's, whereby the delivery driver is actually employed by Domino's. So let's say he delivers you the pizza and the hot soup, and he actually spills hot soup onto the customer. Will that situation be covered? It's actually covered, but covered under the work away risk clause. So this situation will be covered. Okay, next, we go into the pop quiz for the retail segment. So what happened is that there is a pipe at the top of the shop because of rainwater ingress, like a big downpour. It causes the pipe at the top of the shop to actually leak, and then some of the apparel in the shop is actually soaked and became unsellable. So would this particular situation be covered? Hi, the slides will be provided later, will be given later.
I think for food poisoning, it definitely has to be, there has to have a medical report on the food poisoning. Our claims officer will, based on the medical report, to assess the claim, whether it's claimable under the retail care, food-based care actually. I hope this answered your question. So one of the information that when they want to claim for the food poisoning is definitely the medical officer's report.
Okay, for the first scenario, is it covered? Yes, but as what I stressed before, it's covered on the full value basis. So what that means is that you have to take into account in terms of like the sum insured. You should be able to reinstate back the business according to how much stock is inside the business and also all of the renovations. Like what Kimi mentioned before, for retail, F&B, and also beauty, we cover renovations. We don't cover the shop because we assume that most of the SME or MSME owners, the micro and small owners, they will not own the shop and they will actually rent it. That's why we only want to cover the renovation and also the content in the shop. This makes it very easy for you all to sell. So it's a good thing. So next situation, there's a pop-up booth and then there's a theft that occurs during the weekend bazaar. So what happened is the store was left unattended during a peak fraud surge, and then some of the handbags and accessories were actually stolen. So under this situation, would this be covered? So the answer is no, because for this particular benefit, it needs to be accompanied with actual, visible, and violent breaking into the premise. Okay, so next, mall evacuation leads to accidental damage of display items. So will this be covered? I think this one we covered already previously. So yes, it's up to 10,000 ringgit per incident under plate glass. Okay, in this situation, an employee actually steals from the daily sales. So the cashier actually manipulate the POS system, and then they actually pocket a bit of like the day-end takings overall over several weeks. So under which benefit would this be covered? So for this particular benefit is actually under fidelity guarantee.
Travel insurance, yes, and E71 also can purchase. The only thing is that the coverage may be halved on certain benefits. To answer the travel insurance question on the chat.
Okay, so for the next scenario, there is a seasonal stock spoilage due to pest infestation. So ahead of a festival sale, some of the textile or packaging material was actually damaged because of some pests. So some pests they actually eat like it's sort of like cardboard and actually like close all these moths. So would this situation be covered? I think I didn't cover the answer well enough, but yeah, the answer is actually not covered because actually pest is actually an excluded risk. Okay, so for the next situation, there's a power surge that actually damages the POS system and the electronic displays. And this actually halted business operations for the day. So will this situation be covered? Keyword, it only halt the business operation for the day. So under the property or risk, it is covered, but for inconvenience allowance, the premise has to be closed for more than 24 hours. So inconvenience allowance is not covered.
For beauty can the PDS example.
Okay, so I'll just go through some common questions for the Group PA. So what details are required to purchase a Group PA policy? So under the Group PA section, if you look at the application form for all of the different products, it's actually quite similar for the Group PA section, whereby the insured will need to provide the employee details together with details of their employees. So like just their NRIC and their passport number. So who can be covered under the Group PA policy? The Group PA policy can also include the business owner, directors, and employees. But it's important to note that for employees, we do not cover people who are illegally working. So the employees has to be legally employed foreign workers if they are foreign workers. And also, they cannot be exceeding the age of 65 at the inception of the policy. Also, another thing to note is that they have to be permanent or contract employees with an employment letter. So does this policy provide 24-hour coverage or only during working hours? So another selling point is that this Group PA policy actually provides 24-hour coverage and it's not limited to working hours. So this could be sold as a benefit for your SME owners. They can offer like additional insurance to their employees, and this could be a potential selling point. You can sell to them, market it to them as like, this is an employee benefit that you actually benefits your employees. So what happens in the event of staff turnover? So the Group PA policy is actually issued on an unnamed basis. So staff turnover does not need to be notified. However, coverage only applies to permanent or contract employees with a valid employment letter. So like what I said before, it's very easy policy to sell because I think for SME owners, I think one of the key challenges that they face as a business owner is that staff turnover is quite high. So because of that, we actually have our Group PA policy on an unnamed basis, whereby only at the point of inception do they need to say who is actually being employed together with the details. This is for the BPA screening. After that, if there's any staff turnover, then they do not need to let us know. Okay, so the next question. Are copies of IC or passports required at the point of submission of the Group PA policy? So the answer is no. Copies are not required at the point of submission, but agents are responsible to ensure that all the submitted details are accurate and complete. Going to the question on the BeautyCare PDS.
Later we'll run through the PDS. You give us a little bit of time to go through the question first.
Okay. So next, I'll go through like Kibi has stressed that this whole selling process is actually very easy. It is very, very easy because all you need is just one form and one template, and we can issue multiple policies. So like what we said before, very, very easy. You just need one application form and one quotation template. the quotation templates to actually help you when you're actually, pitching to the client, because it's so easy to use. So like what I said, each of the different segments, so like great educare, great beauty care, great retail care, and great food beast care, he has its own individual policies. And this is an example for great beauty care, whereby, as you can see from the chart, from the deck, we actually divided out the different sections. So like, the beginning part is actually information for the EasyBiz Premier policy. Second part is actually for Lady Protector, and then for the third part is actually to select a plan and the optional add-ons, and then for the fourth part is actually the group PA. So the flow is very simple, and it's the same for all of the different policies that we are talking about today. So this is just a close-up of like the section of the selecting plan and optional add-ons, and also the group PA section. Okay, so like what I said, it's very simple. You see those different columns over there? It's you just follow that one column. So let's say you choose the standard. You can see my mouse over here. So let's say you choose the standard, the basic, then all you do is you tick this one, the basic, and then you add on the additional sum insured, tick the box over here, add in the sum insured, and then you choose whether you want to add on the group PA or not. Okay, so like what I said, the first thing you have to do is you have to choose your plan. You add on your additional sum insured if required, and then you add on your additional group PA. Okay. So after that, then all you have to do is just key in the employee details. If let's say there is an add-on group PA. Okay, so very, very simple to use. Then next, I'll go through the quotation template. So like what I said, there's only one template, 3 steps, and 0 hassle. So the first thing you have to do is you actually have to select the product bundle. As you can see over there on the right, if you click it, it's actually a drop down and you can select the products automatically. So after you select the product, the next thing you have to do is you actually have to select the plan. So like what I said before, either the basic, standard, or superior plan. Once you select the plan, this part, you just have to select the optional add-on. Okay. So after you already added on the whatever that you need, so you could be like, top up of your FFP sum insured, then automatically the premium will be calculated. Okay. So very, very, very easy to use.
Do you want to run through the template? Just run through
Oh.
the template.
Okay. Let me actually open the quotation template and then I'll just show you how it actually works. Very, very, very easy to use. This is the quotation template. So the first thing you have to do is you have to select the product. Okay. After you select the product, you actually change the plan. As you can see over here, it's automatically populated over here. So it's very easy to use. You see. So change the plan. And then change the product bundle, select the plan, and then after that you can actually add on. So like for example, for Great Educare, you can add on, up to a defined limit over here. You can add on your CGL. Okay. So for example, if I were to add on over here, you can see that the premium automatically is calculated. So that's why I say it's very easy to use. Okay. Okay, so going back to the presentation. The next portion is on the PDS. So I think we have. Oh, okay, sorry, to answer the questions on the group PA, can it cover foreigner? The answer is yes, it covers foreigner, but the foreigner has to be able or legally employed. So they need to have an employment visa or employment pass, or they need to be.
There must be
allowed
a proof
Yeah.
of employment, at least a payroll payout and all those.
But if let's say it's
A legal payslip, it's paid out to the foreigner.
But if let's say it's an illegal, then yeah, it's not covered. Okay, so next, I think we have one question on the beauty care just now on the PDS. 100K advice premium stated 100.
In question 3 of PDS, we always exclude out the commission. So that we can, when you add up everything, standard cover plus additional cover plus the total premium here, you plus the 30 ringgit plus the 75 ringgit plus the 100 over ringgit plus the other applicable charges, it will come up to 1048. I hope this answers the question. So the standard cover update is without the commission. It's also easy for the customer to read it now, because I think in the market, they put in the base premium and all the question for the customer coming, how come it doesn't add up, right? So now we actually put the net premium at the standard cover, so that when customer reads it, then it's from top to bottom, just add up, it will become the total payment. No permit from foreigner, tak boleh oh. But okay, maybe at the end you just go back and check it. No permit. Tak boleh, tak boleh. Meaning the brochure premium show the client the brochure will include the commission. The PDS is excluded. So the brochure, we don't really list out the commission. So because I think on the marketing perspective, we just show the total basic premium. Only the PDS will exclude, okay?
Okay, sorry, now going to the PDS, just to explain how the flow is. So I think the first part is actually explains about the key product features at the top. And then after that, if you look at the table over here, it actually includes what is actually covered under the policy and also what is excluded. One thing which is good is that like for all of these 4 policies, they have their own separate PDSs. And like what we say, this is a bundled product. So actually, each of the products, we don't actually change anything within FFP, or like, for example, for beauty care, we don't change anything with PLP, or for group A also, we don't change anything for PAG. So if you're familiar with those products, then that's good, because it's the same product, we don't change anything. For this PDS, like what I said before, we actually combine the PDSs from all of these different types of products into one consolidated PDS, so that it's easier for you and the client. So in this example, we actually go through Great Beauty Care. So like what I said before, we already included in EasyBiz Premium what is covered, and also Lady Protector. So as you can see, these are all the different parts which are covered. Because this is already very predefined, whatever things which are covered, what features which are covered. So we already included in things like the property all risk, which is like the base of the whole product, convenience allowance, theft, armed robbery, hold up, money, plate glass, fidelity guarantee, employee liability, and public liability. I think this one you all it's available on GE Link, so you can actually download it. But I think like some of the key exclusions that we'll have to talk about is like, for example, for EasyBiz Premier, if there's any theft that occurs during a fire, then that will not be covered. Or if there's any burning of property by order of any public authority, then it's not covered. Also, subterranean fire, pollution or contamination is not covered. Date recognition is not covered. Property damage to data or software is also not covered. This is just a standard exclusion list, so you all can go through it. Like what we said before, we also allow for the top up for FFP KMT and also PAG. So you all can just go through it. So where can you find all of these different documents? So you can find it on GEG link. So it's very easy to, I mean, it's all downloadable over there, so you can actually go and have a look over there. Lah. So this is where it's located. So this is just a reminder on market conduct essentials.
I did it already just
We did already.
But to stress that PDS must be given, okay, must give proper best advice, you know. So these are our standard reminders to all esteemed agents. I hope you enjoy the training. We open the floor for questions.
Sorry, what are the questions? So meaning the brochure premium.
This will answer already. No more questions. Any other question that you have for us? I hope you enjoy our training session with all the scenarios that we've provided. For those agents who wanted some face-to-face training, do look for your marketeer and arrange. They can arrange one for each of the branches to do it on a face-to-face basis. If the crowd is big enough, I will send Ian to the branches as well. If the crowd is really big, right? So do tell us, tell your